Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Happy New Year. I was doing my right hand. I thought I would do some birthday nails, and this is the mess that I have after doing just 5 fingers. And I thought, why not film my left hand and show you what I decided to do for my birthday nails in combination with Valentine's Day at the same time. So keep watching and let's see what I come up with. So I'm starting out with my Atwood coarse orange crush bit, and I use this bit to debulk the nail and take off all old product. Now for my birthday nails, which is coming up at the end of January, I wanted to do something that represents me. So with red being my favorite color, I definitely wanted to use that color in this set. And I also wanted to do something that was close to my birthstone, which is garnet. So I picked a really nice color you'll see coming up in the middle of this video. And I also wanted to represent Valentine's Day, which is 2 weeks later. And I thought, who is going to be my Valentine this Valentine's Day? And of course, it was a no-brainer. It's my 2 grandsons. So I wanted to do something in honor of those 2 little munchkins as well. So let's see what I come up with. And right now, as you can see, I am just taking off all the old product. I am going to reform or resculpt, I should say, my index finger. I do that every time I do a new set on myself because my pointer fingers curve downwards and it drives me absolutely nuts when I have a big curve on my index finger. So you'll see me sculpting out that finger. I did just redo my thumb, so I'm not going to touch that. I just took off the color and not any of the hard gel, so I don't need to put any hard gel on my thumb. So I'm just carefully getting rid of all of the color, as you can see here, with my medium grit zebra sanding band. Next, I'm going in with my Atwood Texas Tornado Skiver. I am really loving the Atwood bits. They are such top quality bits, and I love this shape and this size to get right in there underneath the proximal nail fold and getting all of that cuticle that's on the nail plate and getting rid of that. If you leave any of the cuticle on your nail, you can get lifting. So I like to spend quite a bit of time with this step and just get right in there and gently remove any of that dead skin. And the last part of my prep is when I go in with my Light Elegance Cutie Patootie Z bit, and I get right in there nice and close to the corners of the proximal nail fold and right into the side walls as well, getting rid of any dry skin. It's great for hangnails. It's so gentle. It's a nice fine grit. Now I'm going in with my coarse sponge buffer and just buffing the nails. I don't always do this step. In fact, I rarely do this step before I apply my hard gel. I just want my nails to be super smooth, so when I apply my hard gel, I can apply very little and I have very little filing afterwards. Okay, after I've cleansed the nails of dust, I will go in with Tack. I use Tack no matter what product or what gel I am sculpting with. Today I'm going to be using Magic Gel Diamond Fiber, and I find if I don't use Tack when I use Diamond Fiber, I do get lifting. So I will cure Tack for 30 seconds, and now I'm going in with a silicone thin base, applying a very thin layer, and I am curing for about a minute to a minute and a half. Now, I know Magic Gel says you don't need to add that extra step, but this recipe, if you will, works really well for me. So I thought I would try Magic Gel's new forms. I'm not too sure what these ones are called. I got these from AR Nail Supply at the Back to Beauty show, and I'm not going to use the full length, but I do like the fact that you do only need one form. If you're going to do long nails, just leave that extra tab on, or shorter nails, rip on the perforated line to get a shorter form. And I'm just getting the form nice and curved so that natural C curve is already, like, the work's already done for me at this point. And I tend to lift the form up a little bit on my index finger when I'm doing an almond, just because if I do slant it down a little bit, I get an incredible hook. So I've learned to angle the form upwards. I'm quite enjoying Diamond Fiber, and of course my favorite fusion brush I use to apply all my builder gels. Right now I'm just putting a thin layer on my nail itself, and I'm grabbing a fair amount for the free edge sculpting work and just kind of dragging the gel where I want it to go. Then I'm going to cure for about 15 to 20 seconds and then pinch. Pinching gives you a nice slender look on the nail, so it's not so wide and chiclet looking, and curving the forms like I was doing at the beginning in combination with pinching, I find that even if my form is angled upwards a little bit for an almond shape, I do get a really nice C curve. So now I'm going in and I'm going to create my apex, and I like to take a decent sized dollop so I can get that dollop of gel to go from the cuticle to the free edge in one swoop. I don't like doing it in two beads. It throws me off for some reason, so I prefer to have one larger bead that I know is going to be just enough for the nail itself. And because it is a thicker bead, I will cure for 2 minutes in my LED lamp just to make sure that I get a full cure all the way through. And yes, I will stick my hand upside down just to get gravity to do its thing, and it's a lot less work doing it that way, and then making sure the spine of the nail is exactly where I want it. So for these next nails, I'm just putting very little product on because some of these nails I already did the night before and then decided to do my birthday nails. So just sit back and enjoy this process. And after I've done a full cure, I will wipe the dispersion layer off and then go in with some hand filing. I'm using a brand new Magic Gel file. I really like these files. I featured these in my favorites video a couple weeks ago, or a month ago, I guess it was. Don't forget to score your brand new files so you don't cut yourself or your client. And I'm just doing my natural filing routine, which is I'll make sure that the shape is where I want it and none of the gel is touching my skin. So getting it nice and sleek and slender looking. And then I will go in with my E-Nail Couture, I think it's a smooth top barrel diamond bit. That pink bit I always rave about. You'll see coming up here. Next step is taking the pink diamond smooth top barrel bit and just shaping the nail, taking off any excess gel that maybe I might have over applied, or just, I guess, debulking is the word. Not really debulking, just reshaping the nail, because I didn't put a whole lot of product on to begin with, so there was really not a lot of shaping or filing that I had to do with this bit. Then I will go in with my file again, and this is the 180 grit from Magic, and just do some finish filing. Okay, and what I didn't show was using the coarse sponge buffer to smooth out the nail so there's no harsh, gritty lines in here. But oops, guess I forgot to turn on the record button. So after cleansing the nails, so they're nice and clean, I decided to go in with Sheer Veil and Magenta lipstick for this design. I'm going to do two nails that are French, so that's what I'm using the Sheer Veil for, the pink part of my nail, and this Magenta lipstick is so stunning. Everything you need in a gel is in this pot right here. It's probably not as dark as a garnet, but it's as dark as I wanted to go. I'm starting to lighten up my colors on my hands, so I am just using my Ugly Duckling gel brush to apply the color. I'm putting on a thin layer. I'm curing for 30 to 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go in and apply a second layer. I love Magic Gel paints. They are so comparable to the buttercreams, with the exception that when you agitate them, they don't thin out like the buttercreams do, but I find that these are just as good for art or full coverage colored nails. And I hope Magic Gel comes out with a new collection this year. I think it's been a while since we've seen in this formula a new collection from Magic Gel. They do have their MLAC colors that they are consistently bringing out new collections, but I would like to see it in the gel paints. So I'm using my Detailer 2 brush from Ugly Duckling, putting 3 dots on my nail and then connecting the dots. Kind of like when we were kids with Connect the Dot. I used to love getting those books for my kids. I would do all the Connect the Dots and then they wouldn't get to do any. Oops. So I'd have to go out and buy them more. And then I should have really been using the painter brush to apply the color on the tip of this nail, but I was lazy and decided just to use my gel brush. And then I will go in with the Detailer 2 brush again and just tighten up that smile line. After a full cure of 30 to 60 seconds, I will go in and put my second layer on and then cure for another 30 to 60 seconds. After a full cure, I am going in with my Light Elegance Super Shiny. I find that it works really well with the magic gel, and because this is a hard gel, I really like the feel of a hard gel top coat. So I like to put my top coats on before I do any stamping. Also, when I'm doing a French, I will tip my hand upside down just to make that top coat pool over top of that rigid edge, if you will, of the smile line. After a full cure of 1 minute and wiping the dispersion layer off, I will make sure that no top coat has gotten on my skin and just tighten up that shape some more. So in honor of my Valentines, my grandsons, I decided to use a script plate from Clear Jelly Stamper and place a C for Charles on one hand, and I have an L for Liam on the other hand. And then I'm going in with some hearts as well because they deserve the hearts. They're just so loving and so cuddly, and oh my gosh, I just absolutely love my grandsons. Then I like to seal in my stamping with the Tackless Hypershine from Magic Gel. I find that this top coat does not pit, it doesn't separate, and it won't streak the image. After that's been cured for 1 minute, I'm going in with Fusion's Gem Gel because it's got a top coat built in here, so I don't have to add another layer of top coat after I'm done. And I'm just adding 2 tiny Swarovski crystals, and I'm curing this for 1 minute. Now on a client, I might go in and lightly surround the gem with the top coat as well, but I don't lose gems, so I didn't bother with that step in this video. And then as you can see, I'm adding cuticle oil, not only on the cuticles, but underneath the nail as well, and rubbing in all that excess into my skin so my skin gets conditioned as well. Fusion finish. Wow, this is an amazing product. This will get rid of any dirt and debris or anything left over on the nail and make your nails super shiny. And here's the finished look. I absolutely love these. I love that the red that I picked, or I guess it's kind of a deep pink that I picked, has a shimmer to it. I like the 2 French nails, so it's kind of different. And then the diamonds in the hearts with my grandson's initials. I just absolutely love this look. So tell me what you think. If something didn't make sense, comment that down below and I will answer your questions. Most of these products that I've used can be found at AR Nail Supply. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!